Hello students! Today's lesson is about the importance of air for living things. In this lesson, you will learn about the importance of air for human beings, animals, and plants. We will start by looking at the importance of air for human beings. Then, we will look at the importance and source of air for animals. This will be followed by a first activity to explore the source of air for different animals. After that, we shall see the importance of air for plants. We will end the lesson with an activity to make sure that you understand the importance of air for all types of living things. In the previous lesson, entitled Air Around Us, we had seen that air is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. We had also done experiments to show the presence of air all around us. In this lesson, we will look at the importance of air for living things. Let us first recall the two categories of living things. The first category is human beings and animals, and the second category is plants. Let us first investigate the importance of air for human beings. Human beings need air to live. We breathe in air through our nose. Our body needs a continuous supply of air to function normally. This means that human beings cannot stop breathing for more than a few minutes. Observe this person carefully. She is swimming. Can you see how she is moving her face out of water to breathe in after every few seconds? This allows her to get a continuous supply of air in her body. What about people who do deep-sea diving? How do they breathe? You will see the cylinder that the diver is carrying on his back. The cylinder contains air. It allows the diver to breathe underwater. Let's have a quick recap. We have seen that human beings need a continuous supply of air to stay alive, and that we take in air by breathing. We have also seen that we cannot stop breathing for more than a few minutes. Now, let us explore the importance of air for animals. Like human beings, animals are also living things. Therefore, they also need air to stay alive. Observe these animals. Do you think that they all breathe in air just like human beings? Several of these animals can breathe in air just like human beings. If you have a dog or a cat, you can see that they have a nose and they are breathing in air through their nose. Do you recognize this animal? It is an iguana. Can you see its nose? An iguana And other similar animals, like lizards, also breathe in air through their nose. Insects also need air to live. However, they do not breathe in air like human beings. There are small holes in their bodies, and air can enter their body through these holes. We also have animals living in water. Do you know how they get air into their body? I hope that you remember from our last lesson that there is air in water. Animals like fish get air from water. The air enters their mouth and leaves through their gills. Gills are small openings in the body of fish. Whales and dolphins do not take air from water. They come out of water and breathe air. They use the blowhole at the top of their head to breathe. If you have an aquarium at home, it is a good idea to have an air pump in the water. The air pump sends air into the water. The fish will be healthy. Many animals live in the soil. Can you think of some of them? Here are some of them: earthworm, mole, and mouse. Where do these animals get air from? Air is present in the soil. Animals living in the soil get air from the soil. Let's have a recap. All types of animals need air to live. Animals obtain air from the environment in which they live. Animals living on land get air from the atmosphere around them. Animals living in water get air from water. And animals living in soil get air from the soil. Let's do an activity to see if you can identify where each of these animals get air from: the atmosphere, water, or soil. Here are the animals. Take a minute to think about it. Then we shall look at the answers. Okay, let's see. A seahorse lives in the sea. Therefore, it gets air from water. A mosquito lives on land and it flies. It gets air from the atmosphere. A rabbit also lives on land. It gets air from the atmosphere. A centipede lives in the soil. It gets air from the soil. A frog can live both on land and in water. It is called an amphibian. Therefore, a frog can get air both from the atmosphere and from water. I hope you were able to answer all of them correctly. Now let's move on to another category of living things: plants. Do you think plants also need air to live? Yes, plants also need air to live. Plants need air to make their food so they can live and grow. Do you know how plants take in air? Of course, plants do not breathe in air like human beings. They take in air through their leaves. If you observe a leaf under a magnifying glass, you will see several small holes. Air gets in and out of the leaves through these small holes. So, we have seen that plants are living things and they also need air to live. Plants use air to make food, and plants take in air through small holes in their leaves. Let's do a last activity to make sure that you understand the importance of air for different living things. You will need to decide if the statements are true or false. Human beings can stay underwater without breathing for several hours. Is this true or false? This statement is false. A human being cannot stay underwater without breathing for several hours. If you want to go for underwater diving, you need to bring an air cylinder to allow you to breathe. Second one. This hamster is kept in a closed box with food for several days. It will stay alive. Is this true or false? This statement is false. The hamster does not only need food to live, it also needs air. If the box is not opened or there are no holes in the box, the hamster will die. Third one. Animals living in the sea can live as they get air from the water. Is this true or false? This statement is true. Air is present in water, and animals living in water get air from the water itself. And the last one. Plants do not need air to live. Is this true or false? This statement is false. Plants need air to make food. I hope you got all of them correct. Today we have seen that air is important for all living things, human beings, animals, and plants. We have also seen that human beings, animals, and plants need a continuous supply of air to live. Plants need air to make food. And we have also seen that different types of animals take air from their environment. Animals living on land get air from the atmosphere. Animals living in water get air from water. And animals living in the soil get air from the soil. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Next time, we shall see how air is important for non-living things. Until then, goodbye.